Let's begin. So your favorite neuroscience or immunology concept?
Metchikov got the Nobel Prize in he discovered macrophages, and he did it in such a cool way. He took a larvae of a sea urchin and he took a rose thorn and stuck it in, and then he saw that something happened. There were cells creeping out over the thorn, and these were the first demonstration. He drew a picture of a macrophage, using a very rudimentary microscope. So I think that's, of course, I'm biased because I love macrophages, but I think that was such a cool experiment to do.
Fantastic. A book that changed your perspective?
Courage to be Disliked. So this is written by a couple of Japanese guys. They came out a couple of years ago, and it's based on Alfred Adler's philosophies. Alfred Adler was one of the three big, guys. There was Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, Alfred Adler. Most people know Freud because he was very controversial. He said, everything that happens to you is because of the way your parents treated you. And then Jung said, no, it's not like everything happens to you because you're an adult. But Alfred Adler, I never heard about, but he was actually as big as the other two. But his philosophy is very much about the only person that needs to judge you is yourself. And the only things you need to be worried about in your life are your own tasks. Don't get into someone else's task because they're their tasks. So when it comes to giving feedback, people will obviously give you feedback. It's a gift to give professional feedback. But it's up to me what I do with that. And it's the same with the feedback you give to somebody else. So I used to get very frustrated in my academic life. I had come with lots of creative ideas, what I think are good ideas for how we could improve the university. And sometimes, the people in leadership positions are not interested in hearing. And it's like, well, why not? But my task is to actually present those ideas. And my task is done. If they're not taken up, then that's someone else's task. And it's not my decision. So I don't get upset about it anymore. So I think this but you need to judge yourself critically. So if I've been giving a lecture, then people will come up and say, that was a really nice lecture or whatever, or I get an evaluation. But what's important is, do I think I've given a good lecture? Am I happy with my performance? And if I am, then great. And if I think I can do better, I've learned something for the next time. So this book, The Courage to be Disliked, is very much like that. If people dislike you, that's their task, not yours. Your task is not to be liked. Your task is to actually be happy with who you are. And some people will like you and some people will dislike you. So I think this book has been a major. The Courage to be Disliked. I also have another book, The Courage to be Happy, which is a sort of a follow-on. But Courage to be Disliked should be reading for every single person.
I would do that. I would definitely read that.